Hello. So today we'll start with a new discussion on cloud computing related to risk of cloud computing. So what are risks involved in cloud computing? First of all is privacy concern is one of the biggest risks. So first of all we'll see that service provider may access some data or not. There is also risk related to this regarding privacy that service provider may access some of the data. Then there are possible conditions where accidental or deliberate alteration or delete of information could be possible. Then many cloud providers also share some some information with third party for various purpose of law and order for without informing to the client. Means there are some cloud provider that use your data to provide it to the third party. Means some of the uh, political party or some business firms so that they can do target marketing, they can manipulate your thought process. So these are the privacy risks that are possible. So there are various laws and legal issues which arises with client regarding such privacy policy. Thereafter, some possible solutions are there for strict auditing, means strict policies are there. There has to be fixed legislation. So there are various ways of encryption for storing data on cloud that prevent from unauthorized reading. So these are the possible solutions for having better privacy and then the legal ownership of data. So, who is the owner of the data, whether it's a service provider or the consumer? So, it's become difficult. For example, if some person is recording some video or some documents are being prepared in an organization, so who is the owner of that document or video or presentation? This is a ownership issue. There are many terms of service agreement that are required for this type of purpose. Thereafter, there is one more thing that you have to understand, uh, like privacy concern about the physical control that on the computer, some private cloud, there are some secure. So this first line is basically comparing some physical control that in private cloud is more secure as compared to public cloud. So the physical control on your computer, own computer means you purchase the infrastructure, you built your own systems. So they are more secure and they are more private. And then there is public cloud service that actually need to make sure that the building maintain secure services. There are various small businesses, especially related to non-expertise in IT. So all these things are basically part of a privacy related to public cloud. Means public cloud make the secure building and they have to maintain security in terms of manual security. And there are various non-expertise IT security is required for such type of building and infrastructure. There are naive users that do not understand what have to be accepted and they accept the agreement. They they read the terms of services and then they accept it. So these are one of the issues. Thereafter, some of the cloud are normally secure from private cloud, but public cloud is flexible on upfront. Means the the number of user and the number of load in the public cloud would be better. So the you have to do trade-off between public cloud and private cloud. That whether you choose private cloud for normally for security reason that no data will be lost, and there is public cloud where you have better services. And we'll see cloud services. What are cloud services? First of all, you have to understand three stack of cloud computing. IaaS, infrastructure as a service, PaaS, platform as a service, SaaS, software as a service. They all being used by the cloud client. Who are the cloud client? Web browsers are the cloud client. Mobile app are the cloud client. Thin, thin client are the cloud client. Terminal emulator are the cloud client. Then what like IaaS, you have some virtual machines in there, servers are there, storage are there. Then there's also possibility of some further information related to network balancing, and all these things are related to what infrastructure as a service. Then you have platform as a service. What happens in the platform as a service? You can execute some of the runtime database and web browsers are there, security features are there. Thereafter, some SaaS email virtualization, de- desktop things are there, communication games are there. So all these things are available. So we'll study these three stack along with cloud client in detail. First, we'll start with cloud services. So cloud services are basically related to some of the available users that actually needs some of the services from some service provider, and some vendors are there that actually have some information about how the service should be maintained, how the uh, how the use cases of the that service should be produced. So all these things are being maintained by the cloud provider and being used by the cloud service user. So these are the things that you have to understand. Then cloud services are easy to use. Means they have to be scalable. They have to be fully managed by the service provider. So all these features are there, and you that service provider has to be serious about the cloud services. Thereafter, services which are dynamically scaled to meet the need of its user with help of giant hardware and software. So all these things you have to understand. Thereafter, users do not require some of the provisioning, deployment of resources, and allocation of IT staff. So these are the features of cloud services. Example of cloud services are data storage, backup solutions, web-based emailing, document collaboration, database processing, and many more. So all these things are there. Then you have classification of uh, classifications and vendors. So infrastructure as a service (IaaS) is one of the part of cloud stack which actually offers some hardware environment and services. Just some kind of storage services, database and disk storage, and some virtual servers are there. Then you have some vendors for this IaaS is Amazon EC2, Amazon S3, Rackspace Cloud Server, FlexiScale. So PaaS, platform as a service, offers you development of platforms, environment service. PaaS offered by different vendors are generally not compatible. For example, some typical player of PaaS are like Google, Application Engine, Microsoft Azure, Salesforce. All these things are related to some PaaS and they useful. Then software as a service SaaS is there, which actually offers some software and applications are based on pay-as-you-go model basis. Some of the examples of SaaS are Salesforce.com, relationship management CMR, customer relationship management, like which have various use cases for customers and providers. Then Gmail, Hotmail, Google Docs. These are the examples of the software as a service. Thereafter, different type of services are there, like application as a service, platform as a service, integration as a service, storage as a service, database as a service, information as a service, process as a service, security as a service, testing as a service, infrastructure as a service, management or governance as a service. So these are the various type of X as a service. So you can put anything on X, testing as a service. So it will become useful for the testing purpose. Storage as a service, you provide a storage service, then you name it as a storage as a service. Database service, you can put database and you name it and say it as database as a service. So all these things are various type of X as a service. After various applications are, so what are the applications? There are three different applications. First, basically there are three different layers of cloud in which application is said to be software as a service as the topmost layer. So first one is infrastructure, second one is platform, third one is said to be application, which is also known as software as a service. Then cloud computing application are also known as software as a service. Similar to the softwares installed on computers, additionally they are available online with or without credentials based upon username and passwords. So there are global access, accessibility, collaborative working with multiple users are there. Automatic upgradations are there. All users on the same versions are there. So all these things are benefits of using cloud applications. Then equal benefit to all, in the new development the to every user at the same time. So what are the benefits to equal for the all the users? Means you do not need to develop new application for new user. So you have one development of application and you can provide it to the n number of users, many number of users. Then you have automatic upgradation. What does it mean? So there are various versions that you can keep on deploying and the new versions will replace the older version. Global accessibility means it would be available to the multiple users and you can have multiple team working on the same project. So these are the benefits of software as a service, which is also known as cloud computing applications. Then you have similar type of software applications installed on computer, but they are offline. And now, as the time of cloud computing era came, so these offline softwares are become now online. For example, Google Docs. For example, Microsoft Office, which is available now online. Thereafter, some Examples are like safety for safety, some wallet and money and bank transfer, some bank and fund transfers are there. Similarly, some data and cloud applications are there. Here for the reference, wallet is in the context of better arrangement and of money for is provided by security from the bank. These are the examples. Day-to-day life we use it. What are the example of wallet like Google Pay? So less money. So they actually have some better way of lifestyle. Thereafter, some important applications are like of Twitter, Facebook, and there are various Google applications for business purpose like text document, spreadsheet, slideshow, Skype. There are many cloud applications are there. So next we'll discuss about regulatory issues about cloud computing and some limitations of cloud computing.